How's it going, everybody? Welcome into Sprint Car Unlimited. This is the Chili Bowl preview, and really our Chili Bowl Monday preview. I'm going to preview every single day of action here. We're gonna have videos, content every single day, leading up to, of course, Saturday, where we're gonna have a big time preview. Really excited for that, and really excited to get into everything there. So, welcome in, buckle up. We've got a long week of coverage, but it's going to be exciting. Chili Bowl is one of my favorite events of the year. Really, the one that kind of tells us, hey, race season is back. Racing, sprint car racing is coming back to the United States here very, very soon. And we're just under a month away from our first weekend in Volusia for Dirt Car Nationals. So, with that said, we start here. It all culminates here in Tulsa. I'm really excited to get started and talk about all the stuff that we have to go this week. Again, how this is going to go, I'm going to kind of talk about some of the things and some of the little nuggets for the week. And then we're going to give picks, my top five, who I think the top five will be in no particular order. I'm going to keep a tally of their average finish for the week, of course, for those of you Dirt Draft fans. I'm going to be playing some Dirt Draft this week. So excited for that. And I'm also going to give you guys my dark horse pick of the night. So every single night you'll get kind of a dark horse style pick. Some of them are going to seem pretty obvious. Some of them are just going to be, are going to be shots in the dark. We're going to see. We're going to learn a lot about a lot of different guys this year. Want to get started by some news we heard earlier today. Buddy Kofoid is going to miss the Chili Bowl due to an illness. At least that's the way it has been portrayed. Nonetheless, wishing a speedy recovery. Of course, the season just around the corner. This is kind of that precursor, that thing that guys use to get back into the saddle a little bit. Of course, Buddy Kofoid was across, well, I won't say across the pond, but really down under in Australia for USA versus Aussie Speed Week. Was a really cool event. Was there for the Perth high limit races. Curious if there's something there. I'm not going to speculate. I'm really not going to talk about it because I don't know. But just wish a speedy recovery. Obviously, we want to see him back. We want to see him chasing a championship. We have a World of Outlaws preview coming up here down the line. And I think Buddy Kofoid's got a really good chance to maybe be a legitimate contender. So excited to see where he ends up. Excited to see how things go. But just wishing a speedy recovery right now. Keeping him in our thoughts. Obviously, it sounds serious enough to take him out of racing, which is always a serious thing, but it doesn't sound serious enough that it's going to sideline him for any amount of time in the World of Outlaws season. As for today, what you're going to see tonight here in night one of the Chili Bowl, of course, you're going to see the Vyrock. Everybody's excited about that, but really, what we're going to talk about here is the overall Monday preview. The guys who are going to be going after a chance to lock themselves in the A main on Saturday. The race champions is great. There's really not a big complaint about it. I just think that I don't know. It doesn't mean as much for the whole weekend. It's a bragging rights thing leading into the week, but at the end of the day, it bears no weight to the Chili Bowl. So I'm not really going to spend a whole lot of time on that. As for Monday's event, 15 drivers have A main starts at the Chili Bowl. Of course, led by this group is headlined by Kyle Larson, and obviously he's a defending champion. He's now a 3-time champion here at the Chili Bowl. Really curious to see what he is able to do. Is he going to go back to back once again, or will we see a new winner at the Chili Bowl? That's of course a big question mark. Excited to see it. A lot of A-main experience. This Monday slate, this Monday roster seems a little bit more loaded than usual. Now, it's not quite a great roster. It's not quite your typical Wednesday roster, which we still have a very loaded Wednesday. But I think it's very top-heavy because of a guy like Kyle Larson, Shane Golobic, Cannon McIntosh, even Joby Miller, a guy who's been around for long enough now that he's starting to become a kind of a patented veteran of the Chili Bowl. You also have guys like Trey Marcham who have put themselves in legitimate consideration going forward. There's a lot of names here that we're really excited to watch. 15 rookies take the stage here in this Monday roster, and I'm going to be honest, I don't have a huge expectation for any of them. I think Gage Weldon is probably the one that I recognize the best. Maybe Ryder McCutcheon. Um, but beyond that, the rookies feel kind of like we're just those guys are there just to get some experience. We'll see where they're at and see if there's any competitors in there. There's always a surprise somewhere. The other announcement was Jet Yanis pulled from the Chili Bowl, so that's going to be interesting to see how things go. Of course, the drama that happened following the Tulsa shootout was enough there. As for Monday night, look, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time. I'm not going to waste your time. These videos are going to be probably 10 minutes or less. Let's get into our top five, or my top five predictions for Monday night. Starting with number 5. He's also going to be my dark horse this week, or tonight. Sorry, this week. I'm gonna really mess that up a few times. My dark horse tonight, Trey Markham. Look, this is a guy that's got a lot of experience here. He's really starting to build a name for himself. A guy who's, I think, got what it takes and definitely has the equipment to go out and compete once again here. So Trey Marcham's a guy that, while it doesn't feel like a crazy, outlandish dark horse, he's the guy that, to me, feels like he's going to be overlooked by the Joby Millers, the Briggs Danners, of course, Shane Golobic, Kyle Larson, even some of the others who are going to be here. Of course, Cannon McIntosh, Jerry Coons Jr., Tanner Carrick. Like, there's a bunch of guys here. Feels like Marcham's name's going to go under the radar a little bit. Trey Marcham's a guy that I think you'll get, especially on Dirt Draft, for a relatively reasonable price. As for my number 4, I'm going to take Briggs Danner to finish 4th tonight. Now, again, this is not by any means an overall order, but he's the guy that I have isolated into 4. I put 1 through 5. I'm going to stick to them as 1 through 5, but they could finish in any order. I'll be happy. Again, I'm keeping track of my average of these top 5 finishers or projected top 5s that I have. Number 3, I'm taking Cannon McIntosh. I really just think that he's going to be a guy to beat. Of course, probably the third best odds behind Kyle Larson and Shane Golobic. And those are my top 2. Kyle Larson is who I'm picking to finish second. I'm picking Shane Golobic to win Monday night at the Chili Bowl. I'm really excited to see what happens there. I think the Matt Wood Racing team, they're excited to be there. They're excited to have an opportunity. And I think Golobic knows that this is probably a really good opportunity, given there are a lot of people who are not here. There's a handful of guys who did not make the trip to the Chili Bowl this year. So I think Shane Golobic's looking for it. I think he's hungry and has been close before. He's a guy I'm excited to watch. I think Golobic wins Monday night at the Chili Bowl. So let me know who you guys are picking to win. Of course, I know there's going to be a lot of Larson fans and a lot of Larson picks throughout the course of the night. So we will see what everything turns into. Really excited. Again, if you're new around here, please like and subscribe. Forgive me for being a little off today on the overall presentation here. We've had a really long 24 hours. We had to take one of our dogs to the emergency vet on, what was it? Today's Monday, so it would have been Saturday night. We took her to the emergency vet. We're out there overnight all the way until 4 a.m. Came back, went back to pick her up later in the afternoon on Sunday, and got back at like 9 p.m., and it's now 1:48 in the morning, and I'm just trying to get this video done. Obviously, I don't want to put poor content out there. I don't think it's particularly poor content, but there's just not a lot to talk about going into night 1, and I don't want to bring other topics of conversation into the Chili Bowl conversations. So as we go through these, there's going to be more. We're going to recap each night. We're going to talk about everything that happened the night before. We're going to continue to preview things. And, yeah, again, just forgive me. Things will be a little bit better the next time around tomorrow when you guys see me next. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for spending your time here. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to seeing things. By the way, ignore the ats and things on the bottom. Sprint Car Central on Facebook. That is our name on Facebook. Sprint Car Central without the A on X. That is our name there. On Instagram, it is Sprint Car Central with the A. And on TikTok, it will be the same thing. Haven't gotten everything created. It's been a very hectic start to the year. But we're going to get it all sorted out. We're going to get flying and rolling here. So I thank you guys so much. Really excited for this thing. Keep in mind, if you guys are curious about the schedule, we have it. You can also find it on Wikipedia's page. But the schedule begins with the pill draw at 2 p.m., the drivers meeting at 3, hot laps at 4, heat races at 5. They're expecting 8 to 10 heat races on per night. You'll get the race of champions hot laps at 7, as that is their schedule there. D mains and C mains from 7:30, 8 o'clock. 8:30 you get your qualifiers. 9 o'clock goes some track prep. The race of champions at 9:15. B mains expected around 9:45, 10 o'clock, and then the A main probably somewhere between 10:30 and 11. I would say it says 10:20, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But curfew's supposed to be at 10:30. For those who don't know, the A main finishers 1 and 2 go straight to the A on Saturday. There's no soup run for them. Anything else, you're looking at B's, C's, D's, all the way through what they're projecting as P and Q mains later on. So, excited to see what happens. Excited for this week. It's exciting. Again, the start of race season for a lot of us. So, thank you all again for tuning in. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you all tomorrow as we recap Monday and preview the Tuesday for the Chili Bowl Nationals.